Hey guys, it's Chad from National Training and nationaldogtraining.com, and today I'm going to go over the number one principle you need to know as far as making progress as you get beyond the beginner stages. Okay, so take a beginner in the weight room, and really no matter what they do with the weights, they're going to end up getting stronger because they've never done it before. Okay, but depending on your genetic limit and how hard you're pushing, these beginner gains, for lack of better terms, will run out pretty quickly if you don't have a plan on how to get to the next level, to the intermediate stage, and then how to get to the advanced stage and beyond. Okay, and this one principle that I want you to understand today is called progressive overload. Okay, progressive overload, very simply, is doing a little bit more than you have before in a progressive manner. Okay, so if in year one you're handling, let's say, 135 pounds for sets of 10, and then in year two you're handling 185 pounds for sets of 10, year three 205 pounds for sets of 10, you're progressively overloading whatever movement that is, and in turn you're going to get stronger and potentially bigger as long as your sleep and your nutrition and everything else is on point. Okay. The biggest mistake I see is that people will get to a certain level and then not find ways to push beyond that. Okay, and progressively overloading your muscle doesn't always mean adding weight, although that is the most simple way to do it. Okay, so if you've done 3 sets of 10 with 50-pound dumbbells, if you've done that before, continuing to just do that is not going to give you any more benefit. It's going to give your body no reason to respond and adapt to a new load. So it's going to stay at the same strength level and the same size as it was handling that a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So you have to progressively overload your system in order to make progress, okay? And ways other than using weights to progressively overload would be shortening up your rest times. So if you usually rest 2 minutes in between sets, bringing that down to 1.5 minutes and doing the same drills, the same exercises with the same weights, that will give you progress in the long term because you're resting less. Okay. Another way to do it would be to go slower on the eccentric portion, or move the weight faster in general. So if you're being more explosive with the weight, you're doing it better, and that's a way to progressively overload over time, but you're still going to need to add weight eventually. And like I said, with the lowering of the weight, you're doing the same amount of weight, but you're lowering it slower, so that way you're putting more damage into your muscles, you're making the exercise harder without going up in weight. But that method, once you've mastered, say 3 seconds down or 1 second pause and big up with those 50-pound dumbbells for sets of 10, you're gonna eventually need to move up in weight. Okay, so the common denominator of all of this is eventually you're gonna have to use more weight if you want to continue to get stronger and bigger. So progressive overload is something you absolutely cannot ignore, and it's something that as athletes will get beyond the beginner stages, they can stay in that intermediate stage for years if they're not tracking their weights, if they're not intuitively thinking about, hey, how am I going to do more or better than I did before? And that doesn't mean you have to move up in weight every single workout. That's literally impossible up to a point. But that means you have to strive to find ways to add more volume, add more weight, add higher intensity into your workouts over time. Okay, and with all of our programming here for the athletes that come to NashDog, we literally have a system to where it is a long-term plan to progressively overload every single thing they do. So if they're doing 24-inch box jumps for explosiveness, over time they need to do 36-inch box jumps, 42-inch box jumps, jumps with weight, things to make things harder for them as they go, because without that there is absolutely no reason why their body's going to adapt and get better if they're doing the same shit they've been doing for years previous. So this is something I need you to think about. If you're doing the same things you were doing last year or the year before and you're stuck, this is the reason why. Your body needs a reason to adapt, and progressively overloading whatever system you're trying to get better, whether it's your chest, whether it's your strength, whether it's your cardiovascular endurance, whatever system you're trying to improve, without progressively overloading it, that cannot happen. Okay, if you guys got something from this video, please let me know. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep putting out informational videos that really don't have anything too flashy, because I'm just trying to get solid training information out there that has worked for hundreds of athletes at NashDog, and is absolutely going to work for you if you take it to heart. So keep training hard, and let me know if you need anything else.